The end.
The Emperor's uncle. What do you mean you can't find them? The Duke's voice thundered through the hall. Sir Dale lowered his head. We searched across the entire empire, Your Majesty. There's no trace of them. Crack. The table splintered under the Duke's grip. He hissed as pain shot through his arm, the same arm Rowena had stabbed. That stupid girl, he muttered darkly. I need her alive. His expression twisted. Those useless council members are already questioning me, even after I announced she has died during the Helicon Kingdom attack. How dare they? He straightened abruptly. Whether they like it or not, I am the Emperor now. I'll replace every last one of them if I have to. Go. If you don't find them, don't bother coming back. Sir Dale. Yes, Your Majesty. The doors slammed open again. Elena walked in, holding scrolls. I can't do all this paperwork, she complained. Shut it, the Duke barked. Can you be useful for once? Elena rolled her eyes. Then do it yourself. You're the Emperor, not me. I have dresses to try on. You brat. But she was already gone. The Duke exhaled sharply. Stupid girl. I should train her better. He sighed. Where are you hiding, Rowena? Liz. She stirred slowly. She couldn't sleep again. She tried to move, but something felt warm. An arm was wrapped tightly around her waist. Heavy, her breath caught. Her heart skipped. She felt the pull. Cedric? She tried to rise, but his grip tightened, pulling her closer. Stay. His voice was rough, low, like he hadn't slept in days. She froze, then turned to look at him. Oh my, it's you. When did you get back? She whispered. What happened? Your eyes, have you even slept? Have you eaten? You look thinner. He met her lips. Just like that. Soft. Desperate. I missed you. Her eyes widened, then filled with tears instantly. She threw her arms around him. I thought something happened, she sobbed. Why didn't you send word? I was so worried. He let out a quiet chuckle, holding her tighter. I told you I'd come back, didn't I? His hand slid, pulling gently to face him. Are you hurt? He asked, voice dropping. Did that bastard touch you? She shook her head quickly. I'm fine. And I missed you too. He smiled, pulled her to him and buried his face against her shoulder, inhaling deeply, like grounding himself. I'm sorry, he murmured, for making you worry, for making you cry. His grip tightened. But I'm back now, and I'm not leaving again. She pulled back slightly, searching his face. Promise. He smiled softly. Promise. He shifted, letting her rest against his chest, his hand gently stroking her back. I heard father is better. Liz smiled. He is, thanks to... She stopped, then looked up at him slowly. How did you know this was going to happen? Her eyes narrowed slightly. Was that why you disappeared for those 2 days? Cedric gave a small, quiet chuckle. Maybe. Then softer. I just had to make sure you and your family were safe. Her chest tightened. Thank you, she whispered, for protecting us. His eyes softening. You don't have to thank me. It's my responsibility. Silence settled between them. Her heart started pounding. This is it. I have to tell him. Her fingers curled slightly against his shirt. I'm ready to tell you, she said. How I knew about you. Your plans, your family. She hesitated, then forced the words out. The truth is, he pulled her close and kissed her again. Deeper this time. Hungrier. You know, I couldn't stop thinking about you, he murmured against her lips. About the day I could hold you like this again. She pushed against his chest slightly. Cedric, what I have to say is important. He looked at her. What? That you died before? Her expression shifted slightly. That I'm not from this world, she said slowly, her voice trembling now. That I read everything, your story, in a book. His gaze didn't waver. And you're not supposed to be with me, she continued softly. You're supposed to be with the Saintses. A pause. Seraphim. Silence. Heavy. Dangerous. Cedric stared at her for a second. Then he smiled dangerously. Low. Careless. Rough. Well, to hell with that book. Liz froze. I want you, he said, stepping closer. I don't care if you died before. If you're not even from this world or a ghost. His hand came up, cupping her cheek. That doesn't change anything. His voice dropped. I love you. Her heart slammed against her chest. I'm serious, she snapped, panic rising. This isn't even my real body. He pulled her closer before she could finish. But this is you, their forehead almost touching. Your thoughts. Your personality. Your stubbornness. A faint smirk. Your attitude, he exhaled softly. And besides, during the ritual, I already knew something wasn't normal. Her breath hitched. So just let me hold you, he murmured. He pulled her closer to him. I worked like hell for days just to get back to you. A pause. I was going insane thinking something might happen to you. Then, quieter. Don't I deserve a reward? She looked up at him. The man she once swore to stay away from. The man she feared. The man she thought would destroy everything. And now, mine. Her lips curved slightly. I'm sorry, I love you. And thank you. Then she kissed him, slowly, leading him to the bed. She pulled away and smiled. Are you sure you can handle this reward, Mr. Knight? He smiled, slow and confident. With my level of training as a knight, I'm sure I can handle anything. Her thoughts drifted. Yeah. To hell with the story. That story already changed the moment I stepped into the palace. To work for the so-called villainess who turned out to be more human than anyone else. The next morning, Liz slowly opened her eyes. She was in another room. She moved and immediately regretted it. Her entire body ached. She buried her face into the pillow. And never moving again. Then it hit her. Wait, her eyes snapped open. The Empress. She tried to sit up. Stay there. Cedric's voice came from the door. She turned. He stood there casually, holding a tray of food. Good morning, Princess. Her face instantly heated. Morning, she muttered shyly. He walked over, leaned down. You have to eat. She took the tray. Thank you. Did you make this? She held up a bite toward him. He smirked. Let's just say I did. He fed her next. You should eat more. She shook her head. No, you should. You look like you haven't eaten in days. Her expression softened. I was really scared yesterday. You looked so pale. He pulled her into his arms. You're right. Maybe I should eat more. He murmured against her ear. What? So I have more energy to. Cedric. She pushed him away, flustered. Where's the Empress? Where did she sleep? He sighed dramatically. You only care about her. That's not true. She shot back. I care about you too. He sniffed. She leaned closer and kissed him briefly. He smiled. You know what you're doing, Princess. I really don't. I can't wait to finish this. Take you away from here. And have you all to myself. She rolled her eyes. Take me? You'd have to marry me for that. I don't follow strangers. He smiled. We'll see about that. Then her expression shifted. You're going back to the palace. Yes. Let me come with you. No. Her brows furrowed. The knights from the Helian kingdom will go with us, he explained. Nothing will happen. His voice turned serious. After the attack, their forces were weakened. We have the advantage now. He looked straight at her. I'll end this quickly. She hesitated, then nodded. I trust you. She hugged him tightly. Hours later, the courtyard was filled with movement. Knights mounting horses. Armor clashing. Orders being shouted. Roland wanted to go, but Rowena stopped him before Liz could say anything. Okay, that's new. Nearby, her father spoke quietly with Cedric. Liz turned to Rowena. Take care, Your Majesty. I wish I could come, but you don't have to, Rowena said firmly. This is my fight. Her eyes hardened. And I'm going to finish it. Then she stepped forward and hugged Liz. Stay safe. Liz smiled softly. You too. Rowena pulled back, already climbing onto her horse. Don't worry, she added confidently. You remember I beat you in that sword match. Liz laughed nervously. Should I tell her I was holding back? After Cedric finished giving instructions to the knights, he walked over to Liz. I'll finish this quickly, he said, and come back to you. Her chest tightened. Be careful. He gave her one last look, then mounted his horse. And just like that, they were gone. Liz stood there, watching their figures disappear into the distance. "He'll come back," her father said gently. She nodded. "I know," but her hands tightened slightly. Because this time, the story was no longer something she could predict. Weeks later, the day of Victory Ball has finally arrived. After the knights marched out that morning, they returned victorious with the Empress leading them. The empire had been reclaimed. The former Emperor Rowena's uncle, his daughter Elena, and every noble who had sided with them were publicly *D for treason. Justice had finally been served. It took some time for the Helian kingdom to accept trading with us again. Even though Rowena didn't harm their prince, her family had still been responsible for his death. Still, Rowena did everything she could to make things right. She returned everything to the Agnes family, their lands, their title, their estate, and more. Not that it erased what happened. They didn't forgive her completely. And honestly, I didn't expect them to. I didn't blame them. But Cedric's mother, Mrs. Eveline Agnes, had been kind to me when Cedric introduced us. His younger sister, Celestine Vale, was married with 2 adorable boys who looked exactly like tiny copies of their father. Her husband? Turns out he was the guildmaster of the very information guild I'd once visited. I knew something was suspicious about that man. As for my family, father was healthy again. Thanks to Seraphine, he was back on his feet and working. Roland, on the other hand, has been enrolled in the Imperial Academy with help from both Rowena and Cedric. Though, there were rumors that the Empress had suddenly developed a habit of inspecting the Academy every week. I chuckled. Something is definitely going on between them. And some things never change. There was the Dragon Core, the piece of Cedric that still lived inside me. Because of it, we were connected in a way. A bond. I could feel his emotions. Sometimes his thoughts if I focused hard enough. We still hadn't fully tested it because, well, we hadn't properly seen each other in almost 2 weeks. He'd been rebuilding his estate and reclaiming his title. And I'd stayed at Rowena's side helping restore order. But right now, I knew he was behind me. I smiled, then spun around suddenly. "Got you," Cedric blinked, then groaned. "I was supposed to scare you." I smirked. "You can't." He stepped closer. "I can smell you from miles away." He raised an eyebrow. "Really?" Then his hand slid around my waist. "Can you smell what I want right now?" Heat rushed to my face. "Cedric." I pushed him lightly. "What are you doing? Not here. People are watching. Let them." He leaned closer, voice low. "I missed you." My heart softened instantly. "I missed you too." He frowned dramatically. "I still don't understand why you insisted on staying by the Empress side while leaving poor me all alone." I laughed and hugged him. "Don't say that. You know I love you. Besides, you needed time to settle everything today." His arms tightened around me. Then suddenly, something shifted. A sharp nervousness. I frowned. My head tilted. "Why are you nervous?" Cedric groaned. "You know this bond thing is annoying." I blinked. "What?" Before I could ask, he stepped back, then slowly dropped to one knee. The entire ballroom went silent. My breath caught. "Oh my God." He held out a small velvet box, with the beautiful ring I had ever seen. "Cedric." He looked up at me, his golden eyes softer than I'd ever seen them. "When I first met you, I thought you were just another maid who would chase me around." A few chuckles echoed through the room. His lips curved. "But then you kept surprising me. You challenged me when no one else dared to. You saw the worst parts of me. And stayed." His voice thickened. "You made me want to become someone better." He swallowed. "For the first time in my life, revenge stopped mattering. Because loving you felt more important." Tears burned my eyes. "Elizabeth Ravenshire." His hand trembled slightly. "You gave meaning to a life I thought was already ruined. So please, give me the honor of spending the rest of it making you happy." His smile softened. "Will you marry me? Will you become my wife? Will you be mine, as I will always be yours?" My tears spilled instantly. "Yes." My voice cracked. I laughed through tears. "Yes! Yes, Cedric Agnos, I'll marry you." The room erupted into applause. He slid the ring onto my finger and stood just in time for me to throw myself into his arms. Oh my gosh. I laughed, crying into his shoulder. This is beautiful. Thank you. He held me tightly. No. His voice was soft against my lips. I should be thanking you for agreeing to be mine. I smiled and pulled back. You know, I didn't know kneeling to propose was even a thing in this era. He smirked. Then I suppose I'll be the man who starts it. Show off, I muttered. Cedric Mom stepped forward, smiled warmly. Oh my son, you did it. Congratulations, my loves. Celestine grinned wickedly. I never thought I'd live to see my older brother willingly get married. Cedric groaned. Not now, Celestine. Father hugged me tightly. Then Roland practically tackled me. Congrats, sis. You're getting married. Then Rowena appeared, arms crossed. Well, this doesn't mean he gets to steal you from me. I laughed and pulled her. Your Majesty, she's still mine too, Rowena declared. Cedric narrowed his eyes. She's my fiancée. Rowena smirked. We'll see. And just like that, surrounded by the people I loved most, for the first time since waking up in this strange world, I felt like I was exactly where I was meant to be. And that was how I ended up marrying the Duke I jokingly wanted. Though he wasn't the cold Duke of the North. He was the terrifying villain of the story. The male lead I was never supposed to have. But now mine. So sorry but not sorry to the female lead. But sometimes I still couldn't believe it. That I was once just a tired girl working part-time jobs in another world. Struggling to survive. Abandoned by people I knew. And now? Now I had people waiting for me at home. A family. A place I belonged. Someone who looked at me like I was his entire world. Funny how life works. The story started a week ago. And somehow, mine had only just begun. 2 years later. What do you mean I can't see my wife? Cedric's voice echoed through the hallway. I should be in there beside her. She's my wife. Celestine groaned. Brother, calm down. The physician is handling it, but Mother said she would let me in. We don't want another crybaby situation. What? She raised a brow. You cried when Elizabeth told you she was pregnant. That was different. He snapped immediately. You know, this is different. His voice already sounded like he was about to cry again. Celestine sighed dramatically before dragging him toward a chair. It's all right. Liz is strong. She be fine. Cedric rubbed his face. Yes. He swallowed hard. My princess is strong. Through our bond, I could feel everything. Her will. Her strength. And I have to stay because she is. I can't let her feel my fear. I have to stay calm for her. But what if? A voice echoed. Where is she? Rowena rushed in, breathing hard. I came as fast as I could. Celestine bowed slightly. Greetings, Your Majesty. She's inside and doing well. Rowena patted. Hasn't it been too long? I read a book once that said if it takes too long. She stopped and turned sharply towards Cedric. If anything happens to her, consider yourself dead. Cedric looked horrified. Then, the room door opened. The physician smiled. It's a girl. Cedric was already moving before the sentence finished. He rushed inside so quickly, the physician nearly stumbled aside. My love, his eyes were already red with tears. Princess, are you all right? I'm sorry. Where does it hurt? I cupped his face weakly, still breathing heavily. I'm fine. You don't have to apologize. Cedric's mother stepped forward carefully, placing the baby into my arms. I stared down. Tiny fingers. Golden eyes barely blinking open. Soft dark red hair. Our baby girl. Cedric's hands trembled as he touched her. She's beautiful. Tears slid down his face freely now. I smiled weakly. She looks just like you. He laughed shakily, holding her. Yes. Our baby? His forehead rested against mine. Thank you. His voice cracked. Thank you for staying strong, for bringing her into this world, for giving me a family I never thought I deserved. I kissed him softly. And thank you for becoming my home. Behind us, everyone smiled. Even Rowena was crying openly now. Then she cleared her throat dramatically. I think that's enough. She stretched out her arms. Now give me my goddaughter. Everyone burst into laughter. You know, becoming a mother terrified me at first. carrying another life inside me. Feeling tiny kicks, hearing her heartbeat for the first time. Sometimes I wake up at night wondering if I could really do it. What if I failed her? What if I became like the people who left me behind? In my first life, my parents abandoned me emotionally long before I died. And in this world, after we went bankrupt, my mother left too. So I was scared, terrified. But then I open my eyes every night. I see Cedric sleeping with one arm around my stomach protectively. And I realize something. My daughter would never grow up unloved. Never. Not while I was alive. Not while Cedric was beside me. No matter what happened, me would always choose her. Always. 4 years later, today, the Empress of the Empire was getting married. To my brother. Honestly, I knew long ago. They thought they were sneaky. But my daughter, Aria Agnes, always came running to tell me things like, Auntie Rowena sneaked into Uncle Roland's room again. I nearly died laughing every single time. I glanced behind me. My husband and daughter. Even after reclaiming his title as Duke, Cedric still continued serving as commander of the Imperial Knights. But that didn't stop him. He was available, always there for me and our daughter. Always made time for us. As for me, I finally opened my own seamstress boutique. Something I had always wanted. They look so perfect together. I never thought a day like this would come. At first, Roland thought I would oppose their relationship. But why would I? I never disliked Rowena. She has her own anger issue and stuff. But still, she wasn't too mean to me. I mean, after everything. That she was just trying to protect herself from the people around. Besides, they loved each other. After everything they had both suffered, didn't they deserve happiness too? And it had already been 6 years. Roland had to work on his own career part. Now he is a scholar and novelist. He wasn't good with swords anyway. I knew he was pretending. Cedric leaned beside me lazily. You look way too happy. Your brother is marrying that evil woman. I hit his arm lightly. Don't say that. She's not evil. Yeah. He sighed dramatically. I can never compete for your love. I wrapped my arms around him. You always say that. You know, you're the only one I love. He leaned closer immediately. Really? My princes. Gross. We both looked down. Arya stood there with her arms crossed exactly like her father. Don't do that here. I pulled Cedric away. Honey, when did you get here? Cedric lifted her effortlessly. We are not doing anything. Arya smirked. Well, Grandpa said if you two keep acting like that, I'll get a younger brother. So I don't have a problem with that. I blinked. Really? You want a brother? What about your cousins? Aren't they enough? She puffed her cheeks. Yes, I like Garion and Gareth, but they're not always around. And I want my own brother to play with. Cedric nodded seriously. Understood, my love. Mom and Dad will do our best to fulfill your request. I shot him a look instantly. Cedric Agnes. Arya giggled loudly. I love you, Daddy. She kissed his forehead. I love you too, my love. I placed my hands on my hips. And Mommy? She immediately moved to hug me too. I love you too, Mommy. We both hugged her tightly. And for a moment, everything felt perfect. Later that night, after putting Arya to sleep, I smiled softly while fixing her blanket. A pair of arms suddenly wrapped around my waist from behind. You're late. She's already asleep, Cedric whispered against my neck. I'm sorry. Had to take my drunk brother-in-law to his wife. I turned to him. Roland drunk? He must really be excited. He just nodded. Yeah, I narrowed my eyes at him. He is drunk, so I pulled him out and closed the door quietly. He smiled slowly. What? Why are you giving me that look? How much did you drink? What look? I'm not drunk. He stepped closer and slid his hand lower around my waist. You know, you look so beautiful. I pulled slightly. Stop it. Go take a bath. He raised a brow. I might do that. If you join me. I nearly choked. Cedric, stop doing that. We're in the palace. He lifted me effortlessly. I'll take that as a yes. I shook my head helplessly. You know, you're unbelievable. Then he kissed me and I kissed him back anyway. He chuckled softly against my lips. Oh, Mrs. Agnes. If we continue. I can't promise we won't scandalize the entire hallway. What? I immediately jumped from his arms and hurried ahead. Go take a bath. You're drunk. He laughed and caught me before I could escape into the room. And honestly, maybe my life hadn't started like a fairy tale. Maybe I died once. Maybe I entered a story that was never meant to be mine. Or worst, maybe this is all a dream. But in the end, I found people who loved me. A daughter who called me mum, a family that stayed, and a man who chose me over revenge, power, and destiny itself. So if someone asked me now whether I regretted entering this world, I would smile. Because this was my happy ending. Thanks so much for watching. Huge shout out to everyone who's been supporting me since day one. Your support means the world to me. I couldn't do this without this amazing community. Stay tuned for more.